You're such an asshole.
How you kids doing? AssholeConsulting.com. Taking a much more comfy. There we go. Look at that. My back is killing me from riding motorcycles and hiking, and I can't lean over anymore. Hello there, first time questionnaire. I have a couple questions for you. I hope this was easier to send them all at once and make it easier for you. Whatever works best for you, please name your prices. Thank you. Question 1. I'm from the United States. I'm going next year to the Czech Republic, or Czechia, on vacation. It will be my first time, and I really like the women, and I'm wondering if you know anything about the country. I'm trying to find the best jobs for this Eastern European country, and any advice you would have. Do you think it'd be worth moving there and living there a couple months out of the year, or even as a dual citizen? Okay, let's start with this first couple questions. I've never been there. I know it is former Soviet bloc, one of the earlier ones, I believe, to leave the former Soviet bloc. And I have a generally positive view of Eastern Europe. Now, each country is different. Like Romania is kind of the ghetto, not the ghetto, but the trailer park of Eastern Europe. The Baltics are a little bit more advanced. But Czechoslovakia, I really don't know much about it beyond that. Is it worth going over there and traveling? Yes. Yes, it's worth going over there. Is it worth evaluating whether or not you should live there? Yes, absolutely it is. I think everybody should travel to different places and see if there's a better place for you to live, either in the U.S. or overseas. So there's nothing wrong with it. And do you think there's anything wrong with moving over there for the next couple months, even as a dual citizen? Yeah, if you could get dual citizenship, sure, that's the best of both worlds. But what kind of job? The only thing I could say for a job over there is, whether it's here or anywhere else, the ideal job is location independence, where you derive your income from the first world, and you live in a cheap second or third world, as long as it's safe, there's stuff going on. But, you know, the best jobs in Eastern Europe, whatever job you can get. I mean, I can't, oh yeah, you go be, oh, the Czech Republic? Oh yeah, you want to be a baker, but only on Tuesdays, and if your name starts with a vowel. No, whatever job you can get and works out there. You're pontificating too luxuriously. It's like, well, I'm going to go here, I'm going to meet girls, and I'm going to have to... Dude, any job by the time you get over there just to support yourself and pay rent would be good. Let's start there. Not like when the immigrants came over to the United States. Well, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do this. It was like, boy, I hope they got food over there. It's pretty much, I hope the potatoes aren't dying out. It's pretty much what was on the minds of every Irishman and Irish woman that came over to the United States. So, you know, apply for jobs you think that you qualify for. But the best job is that you fire up your laptop. You don't need a work visa. You just need a visa to travel in the country. Like, yeah, I make my money elsewhere. It's all online. I know you had a Russian girlfriend before. I dated a Russian. It wasn't never really a girlfriend before. And since the culture is very similar, I could get along since I'm part Polish. I do not speak the language. However, I do speak Polish and have no intention of replacing Czech as my primary language, which is English. I know you already going to detest this idea, but I'm curious of what options are available. I'm thinking of going as far as even settling down, but I'm not sure. I'm still only a 24-year-old male. Right now, I'm a processor for a small company. However, that's not my intention. I just want to have a blank canvas idea of how to start out, even maybe a remote laptop job. Yes, that's what you're going to have to do, but you don't have those skills. You're going to need to develop those skills. So develop them here while you got food, clothing, and shelter, and then go over there. But if you're going to be in that country, don't be an illegal alien here. Learn the freaking language. You should learn whatever the language is in Czechoslovakian. Rushvi would probably have an idea. However, I couldn't find any info on his travels. Well, his books are more about dating, not necessarily living. Although you will glean that off of him. If you read Dead Bat in Paraguay and any of his Bang books, he does talk about lodging and culture and all that. But yeah, I'm for your idea, but you sound like a delusional dipshit 24-year-old. Like, oh, just go over there, hey. You need to make sure you have a job. You make sure that you have a trade or profession that's in demand. You're going to need a budget. You're going to need some money. So yeah, travel there first and just visit for 2 or 3 weeks. See if you even like it. You know, don't like make this your plans without going there first. You gotta visit it first before you go. So immediately, if you got the money, you can go and visit for 2 weeks. See if you absolutely hate the place or not. Or if you absolutely love it. If you love it, then you know. Question 2. Should men get married? Since I am an atheist, I've done a bunch of extensive research. I try to figure out if it's reasonable for people to get married. Science has said we should just produce children with every woman every so years. However, there is no answer on how long monogamy. Should we get married today? My meaning is not of court or counting illegally, but just in general courtship. Since most studies and scientific evidence proves that people divorce after 8 to 20 years, relationships don't last, and in the past humans only lived a very young age, so it was easy to stay together since couples only had a couple of decades left. Most either stayed together because of aristocracies or capitalism, or they loved each other. As for a person who doesn't want children for his own, do you think it's worth it even to find someone that you will be with the rest of your life, or just date someone every 20 and live the Vinnie, Paul, Abbott, Ron Jeremy life and not really be with anyone? Seriously, what's your view? If you're going to have kids, you're going to stay together. And if I was ever president, I'd be king, dictator, beloved dictator supreme for life. If I was king, there'd be no divorce until your kids were 18. And I would imprison people that did get divorced or were treating their kids poorly and did not provide a stable nuclear upbringing. I mean, I would say you're going to take acting classes. You're going to act and keep it together for the kids. So this, I know you're a male and you want to bang everything that moves, but if you're going to have kids, then you should stick with one woman. That would be the mother of your children. And I don't care if you guys like each other or not. You're going to put on the perfect smiley happy face and you're going to provide a stable upbringing for the children. Now, if you're not going to have children, okay, well then, yeah, I mean, you know, with the advent of birth control, everybody could go be banging each other one way or another, but human existence, human evolution has been where you pair bond and you usually have a monogamous relationship with one person. And you're going to be going against your genetic biological programming in the long run if you don't do that. Now, some people could be players and some people, but I've seen, you know, now that I'm in my 40s, I see a lot of guys in their 40s. And it's sad. They're miserable. They're lonely. They don't have anyone. All the good girls have been picked over. Same thing with a lot of gals. And you know, they're in their 30s or their 40s, and all the good guys have been picked. And then when I try and introduce, you know, a good guy and a good girl like in their 30s and 40s, yeah, like, okay, you know what? Fuck you guys. You know. So for a young man such as yourself, yeah. I mean, talk to Roosh. Roosh has written about this before. You see a great evolution where you have a young man going out, wanting to get laid, going to different countries, banging hundreds of women. That's in your genetic programming as a young man. But after a while, it does get tiring. The novelty wears off. And you will inevitably have at least be genetically conditioned to settle down with one quality gal. You frankly sound way too damn immature to like, dude, should I do that? You sound like a dude, bro. Of course, you're 24, and you know, but you're trying to plan stuff 20 years out from now. You're not even your brain hasn't even fully developed yet, and you don't even know where you want to live. So yeah, go have fun, date, have fun, and all that. But you need to figure out. You don't want to have kids, but what exactly are you going to bring to the table to a gal? I mean, if you just wham bam, thank you, ma'am, cool. But if you're looking long term, this scatterbrainness, this manicness has you need to anchor yourself down and get focused. Question 3: why is Dubai so rich? I thought this would be an interesting economics question. Someone told me, I'm not sure if this is accurate, that the reason Dubai is rich is because they have a small population, a lot of wealth, whereas the United States is large and has a large population. No, it's not absurd. It's, I mean, having a small, it's not. You measure everything in per capita. What is Dubai's? What's the United Arab Emirates? Dubai. I think they may have Dubai. Dubai, 48,000. No. World's richest countries. United Arab Emirates. United Arab Emirates, GDP per capita. 67,000. Okay, that looked a little bit better. Made a little bit more sense. They have a little bit of oil, but the other thing is I believe their prince many years ago decided to make it like a Singapore, where they have very favorable taxes, if any, for attracting business. They make it very safe. They've turned it into basically a desert paradise. And it's relatively free. I mean, you could find booze in Dubai and all that, but basically he made it a capitalist mecca. Like, you want to do business? All right. And there's laws. It's like Singapore. Singapore has very clear laws in a relatively corrupt part of the world. Dubai, very clear laws. Sometimes you get your hands cut off. In a otherwise relatively corrupt part of the world. And so since you have a lot of, I don't want to say just traffic, import, export, but also you got oil, but then there's also other, transactions. They don't just eat, breathe, and drink oil over there. You need food, you need cars, all the other stuff. It's become a financial center for the Middle East. And so that's why you have, a lot of people. And now keep in mind the cost of living is higher. But that's basically it. Surprise, surprise, you free up the country, you're not murdering people because they don't believe exactly what you believe. And there's a lot of GDP in the region there going on. You got to go through those straits. It's like, yeah, you will capitalize just like Singapore or Hong Kong. Anytime you make it very clear, very legal, very free, it's amazing what happens to GDP per capita. But let's be socialist anyway. All right, there you go. You guys got questions? Cappy's got answers over at assholeconsulting.com. We'll see you all later. Toodles.